Hi, my name is Katora Walking Stick. This is my topic speech, and I will be talking about emotional intelligence and how important I believe it is. First of all, what is emotional intelligence? Emotional intelligence is all about the awareness, control, and expression of emotion, or ACE as I like to say it awareness, control, and expression. It's also about handling interpersonal relationships with good judgment or sense. The best way to think about emotional intelligence is it's about controlling and understanding your emotions and then being aware of others. What I aim to achieve with this speech is to spread awareness about emotional intelligence and how important it is. During this pandemic, we have COVID 19. I believe that emotional intelligence is more important now than ever. So I hope that you'll take these tips and tricks that I'm about to go over with you and apply them to your life, and hopefully you'll see how important emotional intelligence is. Positives and negatives, having and not having emotional intelligence. We'll start with the negatives. The negative effects on the body, things like stress, anger, depression, anxiety, these are all normal emotions. However, we as humans usually let these overcome us quite a bit. So, when this happens, this is how it can have a negative effect on your body. Let's start with stress, first of all. When it comes to stress, Health Guide has stated that not only stress can suppress your immune system, give you a higher risk of heart attack or stroke, it will speed up your aging process as well, and it can affect your reproductive and digestive system. It also can trigger the fight or flight mode whenever you're stressed. Fight or flight means simply that it prepares your body to either fight or flee a dangerous situation. And when this happens, our body lets off adrenaline, makes our heart beat faster, and it sharpens our sixth senses as well as letting our muscles tighten. So, can you see how emotionally and physically exhausting this could be? If this happens all the time, this is how it could have a negative effect on your body. Positive effects on the body. So, happiness, love, and hope. Emotions like these will promote motivation, a sense of purpose in life, and also gratitude. Being thankful for the things or people in your life will definitely give you a better outlook and a positive outlook on life in general. Being positive and open minded will promote a very realistic outlook and an overall healthier life. Being positive, productive, it's no secret that it'll help you have a healthier life. How to be emotional intelligent. Time. First of all, when it comes to a skill or any skill whatsoever, it doesn't come overnight. It takes practice and it takes time to learn. So when it comes to emotional intelligence, don't think that it's going to happen overnight. You need to take your time and do some research. So kind of like I just said, research, knowledge is the next step. Learn about the body and what it can do if you do not have a positive outlook on life, or what these specific emotions do when you have too much of it at one time. Also, management. When it comes to managing, sometimes when it comes to anger or anxiety, you need to find activities or events to let go of those type of emotions. A lot of times for anger, a lot of people work out or maybe do karate, certain different channels that will definitely give you a way out of letting those emotions take over. So definitely find ways to channel those emotions. Experience. Now, nobody wants to experience anxiety or depression, but who better to know more about that specific emotion is if you battled with that before. I'm not saying for you to go ahead and just fall into these type of emotions, but you could be a help or a go-to for someone else, and you also can find ways that did or did not work while you were battling that. So having personal experience is definitely one way of becoming emotionally intelligent. And lastly, self-care. So having a day to just decompress, maybe go to have a spa day or have a mental health day, as I like to say it. If you're just go all the time, that's never going to give you time to rest and have a little relaxation. So it's definitely good for you to take a minute and retract, just enjoy the moment that you're in. So definitely take care of yourself. In summary, what we talked about today was what emotional intelligence is, how it can have a positive or a negative impact if you don't control these emotions, as well as how to become emotionally intelligent. I want to tell you a little bit about myself and how emotional intelligence has become a big thing for me and why I think it's so important. Last year, I got married in May of 2019, and after being married, only 6 months later, my husband got deployed to a not so favorable place. So during this time, especially with it being the holiday seasons, it brought me down and caused quite a few breakdowns. And I'm not saying that proudly, it's actually very disheartening thinking about it again. However, this year has been one of the hardest years of my life, as of course my husband who was deployed, his base got attacked. That caused me to have quite a few breakdowns, and that was the longest night of my life. Not only that, with my job in this new virus, we are shorthanded because other people went to different departments, and I am unable to perform interviews to fill those positions. And not to mention, I started school full-time this year, and then I also lead worship in my church. So with all of these things piling up, it caused a lot of stress, and I had a lot of fear with my husband. I have just not been very good with myself as the beginning of the year. So what I decided to do, for one, I was tired of just being down all the time. So I made the steps necessary and changed my thinking. For one, instead of harboring on the fact that my husband got attacked, I started thinking about how he endured that attack. Also, I started being more grateful and having gratitude about my college. Yes, it's stressful, but I'm blessed to be in it. As well as with my job, it may be stressful as well right now, but I am able to work from the comforts of my home if I need to, as well as I'm able to praise at home if I need to. So those are just a few things about my life here recently and why I wholeheartedly believe in emotional intelligence. So again, this is Katora Walking Stick. You've listened to me talk about emotional intelligence and why I believe it's important, and I hope that you would use this and apply this at home. Thank you so much for listening.